Welcome to the Lusty Lounge, Episode 1. I'm Minka, and today my co-hosts are Puce.
What's up?
And Alt.
Hello.
This is our first official episode, but we do have another episode that you can get access to if you visit our Patreon at the Lusty Lounge, and we will be setting up other special bonuses as well, so that if you want to help us out, you'll get some cool bonus stuff. So anyway, today we are going to be talking about our sexual awakenings. We're going to be kind of figuring out when we found out we were kinky or sexual or whatever we're into, and kind of how we got to where we are today, without going too in depth, because I could probably talk for like 2 days straight. Yeah, forever.
So I just realized something.
What'd you realize?
I've got my books on my bookshelves, and it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6. I'm like, I didn't do that. I know how to count.
Oh, do you?
Do
because
you?
Yes.
Are you sure?
And then I distinctly remember when I was moving my bookends, I'm like, yeah, I'm not pushing 5 books back, so I'm going to just slip this in here. And I'm like, I'm fucking stupid.
So you know how to count, you're just lazy.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right then. Jesus, fuck me. I apologize. It's bothering me.
No, I get it. If I noticed the same thing, I would be bothered by it too. My ADD brain would be like, "That's not right. That's not right. That's not right."
Can one of y'all explain to me what that is?
ADD.
What?
Yup. I don't know what that is.
So ADD is like, it's basically the same thing as ADHD, which
It's actually the father diagnosis. A parental
yeah. So
diagnosis.
ADD
Does that
is
mean?
attention deficit disorder. ADHD is attention deficit hyper disorder. But basically, hyperactive. Sorry, thank you. Basically, what it means is, like, a lot of people hear ADD and they're like, "Oh, this person is like the kind of person who's like." They'll be talking to you and then they see something shiny, or they're like the dog that's like, squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. And that can be part of it, but there's so much more that goes into it. Like, there's executive dysfunction, there's the inability to focus on one thing, or sometimes hyper-focusing on one thing. Like, there's so much that actually is ADD,
Object
and it actually...
all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, like, it's actually crazy. It's what it is it's a type of neurodivergence. So, like autism, people with ADD, their brains just work differently than your average neurotypical person. So the way they think about things, the way they view the world, the way they interact with everything, the way their memory works, it all works different than what society believes all mind tends to work.
And just like every other neurodivergent spectrum thing, more people think they have it than they actually do. But probably more people in the world have it than we actually think at the same time.
Right. It's kind of like autism, where they're like...
Schrodinger's cat bullshit.
It's kind of like autism, where they're like, oh, all of a sudden everybody has it. Nobody had it back in the day. And it's like, that's because we didn't know how to test for it back then. We just assumed people had, like, mental disorders or whatever. But, like, autism is not actually a disorder. It's literally just people's brains work a different way.
But
so
again, we're talking about Gen Z and young millennials. We all think we have it. We probably don't all have it, but some of us definitely do.
Just for the record, I was diagnosed by a therapist with a doctorate, so I am not self-diagnosed.
They're only a doctorate, not a PhD.
I don't know if
That's the joke. That's the joke.
Okay, I was like,
that's
That's
the joke.
college
Okay.
humor. He's smart.
oh,
I don't know where my degree is. It's somewhere in my room. I don't know.
He's
not
the
important.
smart one amongst us, Minka.
Is it-
I'm really not.
is it a bullshit or a bachelor of fuck all?
It is a Bachelor of Science and a degree of fuck all because of where I live.
Okay,
So if I move, I'll be
Did you
good.
hear that?
It's a
It's
bullshit
Bachelor
of
of
fuck all.
Science, so it's BS.
Yep, bullshit.
Yeah, we were making that joke all through the ceremony, and the teacher got real annoyed.
Then name it
Yeah,
something different.
My friend got her Bachelor of Fine Arts in photography, and so we joke that it's a Bachelor of fuck all. So it doesn't matter what your bachelor is, it's either bullshit or like, yeah, it's all whatever. But anyway,
Have
for the
fun
record,
in editing all of that.
self-diagnosing is not all. Yeah, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a sexual tangent, so that's like just nothing.
What are you talking about? This podcast is not gonna be 100% sex. That's too much. Doing too much.
Yeah, we need to sexualize everything.
Have fun with that.
So probably about half the people who have ADD have tits. There you go.
Boom.
Sexualized.
What? You know what? No, never mind. So this is gonna be we're gonna talk about everyone's horny origin stories because I like what I said better. There are more buzzwords for more clicks. Yep, that's how it works.
Horny origin stories. I do like that. That's got a nice ring to it.
Much better than Sexual Awakening. That just
No,
sounds
there's
like
something
romance
classic.
novel level stuff.
It's classic. Like,
Well, no, because I feel like Sexual Awakening is very it's a little too scientific. But if you're a nerd, then hey man, do your thing. But horny origin story, everyone can get behind that.
You know what I just realized?
what?
What's up?
Most doujin are just romance novels.
No.
It's true. Those insects
It
really
is all-
absolutely love those girls.
It is. Because it's...
What in the ungodly fuck?
Because it's just a faceless male seduces
What are you reading?
a woman.
No.
That's it.
What are you reading? Literally,
Doujin with
before
story.
I went to bed, I literally was reading the I don't remember the Japanese name. I need Alex to be here for that. The My Dress Up Darling Doujin that literally got promoted by the people that make the fucking show manga. Yeah, I was like, damn, this is.
But think about it.
It's not wholesome.
It's a romance
but
novel.
It's real vanilla.
Have you read a romance novel? They're not wholesome.
No.
They're not wholesome. They got the big, sexy blonde guy who everybody memed in the early 2000s. Fabiano.
Yeah, Fabiano. That's way better than what I was
Fabio.
going to say.
Fabio, that's it.
Still better than what I was going to say.
Fabio and his chest hair.
I need to stop watching Twitch streamers. Really bad.
Doujin equals romance novel. Canon.
No.
You heard it here first.
I can cut that.
You might have heard it here first.
I've got recordings proving it's proof. What
But
big
no.
Doujin doesn't want you to know.
So all the rape, that's romance?
Could be.
Hey, it could be. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure there's romance
it's
novels
really
where
not.
it's
Please
non-consent
stop. Please stop.
at first. There's
Y'all
that
niggas
one
made me
about
tired.
aliens on a different planet who like impregnate women to further their species. Came out like a year and a half ago.
There was one.
Did you read the one I sent you?
What are we talking about? I was talking about
Are
an
you-
I'm not
actual
talking to
romance
you.
novel.
Damn, I can't. I can't.
I
do
forgot
that.
to read
It's
that
not
one
like-
you sent me though.
That's fine. Let me know when you do.
I didn't know you
Okay.
linked one.
It scarred my cousin, and I'm like, it wasn't that bad. And my other cousin read it, was like, did you like produce to this? And I'm like, no, not really. It was more haha funny, and then interesting, and oh, now I'm scared.
When did you send
I'll
us a
let you know
doujin?
if I get off to it. He sent it to me because we talked about it in
Oh.
episode 0, which you can get by signing up for our Patreon at the Lusty Lounge.
Hey, look at that self-promotion.
Someone's got to do it. All right, who wants to start?
Yeah, who wants to talk about their puberty first?
I mean, Minka, you pretty much had 2, right?
I'm still in my second one.
10 years along.
That's a fun
still
fact.
In puberty.
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be
a fun fact,
horrible.
is that with where medical technology is right now for the hormone replacement therapy for, I don't know, I will fully admit I don't know as much about trans men as I do about trans women, obviously. But with trans women, like, the HRT puts you into a second puberty that as of right now, like, even with the surgery and, like, they're coming down a bit on the hormones, you're basically in that second puberty for the rest of your life. Which is why... Yeah,
I
which
guess
is
it's
why
the
so
later stages of puberty at this point, I assume.
Yeah, but like, you have to learn to really kind of, like, control the emotions and, like, learn how to work with them and understand what is emotion and what isn't, because otherwise you're kind of going to be a teenage girl for the rest of your life if you don't.
Are you a fucking anime character? That's some anime
I was just
character ass
about to say.
bullshit.
Some people would really enjoy
You
that
have to
thought.
control your emotions. I'm over here like, what the fuck?
Yep.
And then you've got us boys who have no emotions because that's how society raised us.
Right? You aren't allowed to have emotions.
I really would like contest that, but I can't.
Hey, just like girls don't poop,
Like-
guys don't cry.
No, I don't. No, we're moving away from that. No, no.
Fine.
I'm so fucking tired of them goddamn YouTube ads
About girls pooping?
about that medication that helps them, or I don't know what the fuck
What?
it does. I'm like, this ad is stupid.
You know, those are specialized ads, so you're looking up poop way too much.
Called out.
Wait, since when are YouTube ads specialized?
They've
All
always
ads are
been.
specialized.
I mean, anything related to Google is.
Your phone listens to you talk. Your phone watches what you search.
Yeah, you got to
It
go in
all
and like
goes into
click
your
that button
ads.
that says "Don't specialize ads."
Where are my big titty anime girl ads then? That would
It's
explain
only-
the Mexican,
Big Google
that would
censors
explain
you.
the Olive Garden. That would explain all the Olive Garden ads, actually.
It's only showing you what your subconscious actually wants to see.
Also, you were probably in incognito mode,
Olive Garden?
looking up to big boobs.
Yep. You want girls pooping in Olive Garden.
Do people even still like Olive Garden?
Yeah, I just had it the other day.
You're white, doesn't count. Are you
White people aren't people.
I mean, hey, you said it. You confirmed it for me. I was gonna say it, but hey.
I thought Puce was Hispanic for a while based on one of his pictures, but he is not.
Same.
Hey, technically, I'm like 30% Hispanic.
Oh, are you actually?
Yeah.
Okay,
took
that
the
would make
Ancestry.com
sense.
You
thing.
done fucked up. I'm getting all the jokes ready. Next time I see my cousin, be like, "Hey yo, load me up on jokes."
Also, apparently, according to
You
Ancestry.com,
fucking Aaron.
I am 1% African.
Well, we all came from Africa in reality. Like,
Hey, my
pretty much
brother
all
got
of
his
humanity
results.
can be
He is
traced back to
1,000% European. He had nothing but Europe.
1,000% European.
Fucking whitey over there. Wait, is it the brother you were talking about earlier?
No, this is the other brother.
Oh, all right.
I've got
you're
like
white,
1,000
big
siblings to
family.
refer to.
Yeah, you do. Jesus fucking Christ. Are any of your sisters over the age of 22 and single?
I have one sister, and she's 15.
Never mind.
Cut that.
Oh, wait, I have
All
my
right, what about
step
you?
siblings,
Do
but
you
they're
ha-
also under 21.
Do you have any sibling females that are over 21 that are single?
I only have 4 brothers.
God damn it!
I can hook you up if you want.
No.
My oldest brother's gay.
I was going to
He's
say, gotta
delightful.
get
Doesn't-
gay.
Doesn't do anything for me.
It might. Have you tried it?
Yeah.
No.
That's what
Maybe
they.
you just
that's
haven't
what
met the
the
right
researchers
guy
say.
yet.
You got to try it.
Wait. Have you tried it?
Are you talking to Puce or me?
Yeah, I'm talking to Pius. He's the one that said, yeah. I was like, that's not just going to fly under the radar. Hold on now.
No.
Okay, I was going to say,
haven't.
no, I have not fucked my brother.
That's incest.
You don't know
That's
that.
wrong.
It's only wrong in states that aren't Alabama.
I mean, it
That's
is
the joke,
Utah.
right?
Such a
is Utah.
forward-thinking state.
Oh boy. All right, let's start. It's been an amount of time. Let's actually start.
kind of want to talk to Minka about her sexual awakening. If like second puberty actually did kick in more of that stuff.
Well, let's talk about first puberty because of information that was given to us in the last episode. Because I have questions. So you were a Mormon.
Yes.
I thought you were talking to me. I was like, I wasn't a Mormon.
How strict are they with the whole no nothing horny?
Very. You're not allowed to masturbate. You are not allowed to passionately kiss. You are not allowed to date. You're not allowed to date till you're 16.
Well, if for me that wasn't really an issue until 16, but I digress.
Yeah, no, like you aren't allowed to like. So you're not allowed to make out technically before marriage. It's I was like, mind you, my father's passed away, but he was he ended up being pretty open-minded. My mother has come around. She's still Mormon, but she is more on the liberal side of Mormon. So like she fully accepts me as her daughter. Everything like that. She's delightful. She's the sweetest person I know. Like,
I was going to say, how liberal do Mormons get?
Right?
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of those things where like
some people consider Mormons a cult, so that's
oh,
pretty far
for
right.
sure, for sure. There's some fucked up shit in there, and some stuff they've had to change because we live in the age of information, and so they've got called out. But at this point, like, I can tell there are times if I try to talk about religion to my mom that she gets uncomfortable, and I can tell it's that place of, like, no, I can't think about this because, you know, if I do, it's going to raise some uncomfortable truths. And I kind of let it go because at this point, like, it's her community, that's her friends, that's where they all are. And so I'm just like, okay, like, you accept me for who I am. You let people be themselves. Like, you believe in the religion because it's something that works for you. You're not trying to shove it on anybody else. Like, that's the kind of religious person I'm okay with.
Just like our kinks, religion is taboo to speak of.
Right. But, yeah, so I lived a pretty sheltered life. And like, I did not even know what masturbating or orgasm or cum was until it happened to me in high school in my junior year.
How does that just happen?
So I did not really obey the rules of being a Mormon, and I was kind of a little Casanova in high school. I had my first girlfriend at the end. Well, my first real girlfriend at the end of my 9th grade year in junior high. Because I don't know how your guys' states do it, but Utah still does the, like, kindergarten through 6 is one school, and then 7 through 9 is middle school, and then high school is 10 through 12.
The rest of the world does it.
Oh, see, we go K through 5, 6 through 8, 9 through 12.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like
so off by a year. And I know it depends on school.
But yeah, so I started like making out after my 9th grade year. Ended up cheating on my first girlfriend like an asshole. Cheating by making out with someone else.
I mean, that is like 9th grade, oh my god, levels of cheating. Yeah. So.
And then that girl that like I cheated on the first girlfriend with ended up being found naked in her bedroom with a guy, and so like got cheated on, which makes sense. Like, you know, a lot of times cheaters are cheaters.
The fuck did you live, Japan? Jesus Christ.
But yeah, and so then like when I got to high school, I kind of like I was a Casanova. I was attractive. I'm very charismatic. Like, my friends always joke that I have a charisma score of 20. I get along with people. People tend to like me a lot. And
can't relate.
Way to like make the D&D cliche of everybody's horny.
But yeah, so I started, like, I was into music. So I was in band, I was in choir, I was in musical theater, I was in the plays.
Stop. What instrument did you play?
Saxophone.
Which one?
Alto, from junior high to my first year of high school, and then I switched to the tenor.
All right, we can be friends.
Even more cliche.
Same.
Band
likewise.
kids being horny.
Yeah, and so, like, I wasn't as crazy that first year in high school, but then the second year, like, because at this point I still believed I was a guy. I was living as a guy, even though, like, I had feelings. I had never been able to explore them because, like, not only at home was I Mormon and still had to go to church, but there was a lot of peer pressure because, like, most of my friends were Mormon, and so, like, I couldn't really explore, even though, like, from the first time I had even heard the term sex change, like, I was intrigued by it, but I had never been able to explore it until after high school. But so my junior year, I ended up being the pianist, because I play piano as well, the pianist for the girls' show choir, and basically that was the year that I really started to I was making out with, like, half the girls in the choir in music department, and so then, actually no, it was my senior year. I had gone out. There was this one girl that, like, she and I were making out and stuff, and we had gone out during a lunch period, because I had a big van. It wasn't an Astro van, but it was that big kind that has what looks like an upside down boat on the top, and so it's got, like, the rows of lights inside and a TV inside, like, super swanky, you know. But we had gone during lunch at one point. We were making out and humping, and all of a sudden, like, I was in my gym shorts, and all of a sudden, like, my shorts were wet. And I was like, what the fuck? And I had no idea what had happened. And so basically, like, we went back to school. I went home because I was like, I need to figure this out. And from that is how I discovered what orgasms and cum and all of that were as a senior in high school.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
That'd be weird.
I just imagine. What are you doing home early when pants got wet? How did your pants get wet? I don't know. Well, did you piss yourself? No. Are you sure?
Did come from there.
Yes.
And then
Your parents go out. Oh.
No, I don't think my parents were home. My dad worked all the time, and my mom was already working at schools at that point. So, also my senior year, I was, like, only at school half the time anyway.
Fucking brag about it.
Well, yeah, that goes back into the ADD, where, like, it's a lot of times for a lot of people with ADD, like, school doesn't work well because it's just not built for people with ADD.
I mean, also, it's senior year. Nothing important as far as school goes is going on.
It's true. And at that point, I was already kind of, like, figuring out that religion wasn't really working for me. So I had seminary, which is a Mormon class. You can take a Mormon religious class. And I just basically stopped showing up to that. So I had a free period, more or less. But yeah, so I went home and I don't think anyone was there. And I ended up talking to the girl that I was with, and she kind of explained it all. So there was probably a point where she and her friends had a good laugh. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she kept it to herself.
But
But,
it depends. Not everyone's like that.
right. I was like, I never heard anything, so.
Wow. Considering the time period, iffy.
Yeah. But I never heard
No
anything
offense.
about it, so, like, if she did or if she didn't, it doesn't really matter at this point. But yeah, so that was kind of my awakening into orgasms. And then from there, I started, like, once she kind of explained it and I figured out what it was, I started to masturbate more. But, like, the way that I was masturbating was not actually, like, giving myself hand jobs. Because, again, at the time I had a penis. It was actually usually, like, rubbing against walls and stuff. Which is kind of interesting because that it does tend to be kind of the more female way of discovering orgasms.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
See,
but
now
that's
got
what
me
was working.
Because I rubbed it against beds.
See, well, and that's the thing. It's not only the female way. Like, there are a lot of people with penises, people with vaginas, that is kind of how they figure it out, because it does feel good either way. But Yeah, and then that led into, like, eventually, like, I had another girlfriend who she let me borrow a bunch of her, like, ballet outfits and stuff, and so I would then dress up in those and do it, and that just felt more right. So, obviously, like, there's all these signs from my life that it's just like, oh, yeah, you were always a woman, you just didn't know it.
So do we want to dive into that and explore when you discovered you weren't a boy?
I mean, we could probably do a whole episode about, like, kind of trans stuff, but, like, this one is about sexual awakening, so I think we'll save that for later, because I don't want to be the only one who talks this episode. But yeah, so that was my sexual awakening, so not so much necessarily the horny, what did you call it?
Origin story.
Horny origin story. But that's important to know that, like, I was 17 when I even first figured out what orgasm and all of that was. Because it went pretty quickly from there. As I'm sure most people, once they kind of figured out what it was, probably also had pretty quick downward slopes. What are you confused about?
Did you not have a wet dream up until ever?
No, I have never had a wet dream. I don't really get sexual dreams. Anytime I've ever had a dream where something is headed sexual, like before it actually gets to a point where it gets really exciting, I always wake up.
Yeah,
Damn,
same here.
Feels bad.
Like, I thought for the longest time a wet dream was waking up horny. That was it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, Hughes, I'm glad to know I'm not alone.
You're not alone, but... Nigga, what? What?
Yeah.
Waking up horny?
Yeah, I thought that was wet dreams. I don't know why.
Morning wood is wet dreams.
Just shush. My brain didn't connect those dots.
No, you're good. Like, when you don't know, like, you don't know.
Listen, we will be your sticks and your,
What?
what the fuck are those things called? What are the connected dot puzzles? They have a name. They have a specific name.
They have a name?
I believe so.
Connect the dot?
I just thought it was connect the dots.
I thought they had a specific name. That was just a colloquialism we just gave it.
Mr. Smarty Pants over here knows, like, the real name to stuff.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, a lot of puzzles are known by something, but actually have different names.
Yeah, like not Peggle, damn it. Bejeweled. Yeah.
No, it's called Match 3.
You mean Connect 4?
Match 3. I will drive to that fucking Walmart and punch you.
Oh, you gotta bleep that.
Walmart today, actually. I bought something that I probably shouldn't have, but
I thought you didn't.
I need it.
Walmart sells sex toys.
Well,
I knew
nothing
Target
extravagant
does.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know Target does too.
Some cock rings, some dildos, a couple vibrators.
Yeah, just
lots of condoms.
Nothing too extravagant.
Yeah. All the beginner stuff.
Mm-hmm. Stuff for vanilla couples that want to try something new.
Ew, vanilla.
Uncomfortable.
That's what we're here for.
You don't want your sex toys from Walmart?
No. Target, maybe, not Walmart.
Wow. Gotta back the blue.
Oh, careful with that one. Yeah.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm committing.
Oh.
Hey, I'm glad you committed, but that was not the thing to commit to.
Yeah.
ACAB, baby.
That's strong language too.
Why are you messaging me? Stop fucking typing to me. Stop. I don't care. That was 3 days ago. Jesus Christ. All right. Fucking hate people.
How dare they want to be talkative?
Okay. So, we've talked about my first experiences. So let's have one of you go, and then we'll just talk about, like, kind of the sexual awakening, and then we can kind of go back through and do more of the horny origin stories.
Mine's kind of fucked. So do you want that, or do you want whatever the fuck happened to Puce?
You go first. As episode 0 started, Patreon link in comments.
All right, you don't gotta
We always climax in the middle of it.
Oh,
don't encourage him. I don't. Now I gotta think, because there's like
you set up this topic.
no, because there's a one that makes sense scientifically after talking to my one friend after hearing what happened to her, and at the tender age of 5.
Holy cow!
Oh boy!
What the fuck? Oh, what is that? One of those.
Do we hold up? Do we need like a trigger warning for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
What would it be? I guess it'd be pedophilia.
Okay. So sexual assault, pedophilia. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I guess trauma came up at some point. I don't fucking know. I don't know how any of this shit works. I remember was hanging out with my cousin. We were watching anime. We were watching some shitty anime. I don't remember what the fuck it was. My aunt left. My sister left. And my dad left. And I'm like, where them niggas going? I want to go. They normally go places and get food. I like food. My dad was taking my sister back home because we don't have this. My family's weird. I remember going upstairs to the attic with my cousin. I remember her shoving my face into her panties, and past that, I don't remember shit. 'Cause apparently trauma was just like, nope, and forget.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's not how it works. And then all my friends with trauma, it's like, no, that's exactly how it works. I'm like, but shouldn't the trauma make the memory more intense so you can recall it when you be like, hey, yo, police, this thing happened?
Fight or
They're
flight.
Like, nah.
That's pretty much it.
And the brain works to protect you, and so it tries to hide that because that is trauma. It's something that is not that it needs to protect you from.
Trauma can either go, you hyper remember every tiny little detail, or you forget all of it until something brings it back
pieces. I was gonna say, yeah, I got bits and pieces.
If you don't mind me asking, just first of all, like, have you been to therapy about this?
No.
Okay. I mean, I would definitely suggest that because, I mean, obviously you are talking about it here, so, you know, like, it's...
Yeah, I was going to
it's
say,
not
you're
completely
bringing it up,
repressed.
like, not casually, but...
It's fairly casual. Listen, I've brought this conversation up way casually with people I know less about, and they're like, not me too, but like similar, but like what? I'm like, I don't really remember.
Yeah, it's scary how often stuff like this happens, and it does obviously happen to male-bodied people as well. But
nobody wants to bring that up.
Right, yeah, that's kind of that thing that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but it happens so frequently to female-bodied people. But I definitely would suggest, I mean, I think everybody can benefit from therapy, but even though you seem to be handling it pretty well and you're able to talk about it, like, it is still trauma, and so I would suggest at some point, if you can, talk to a therapist about it. But have you ever talked to your cousin about it since then? Or have you...
Here's a few other things.
Okay.
I can't say it wasn't malicious, mostly because I was just like, I'm just here. I don't really know what's going on. Like, we're still cool. Granted, I don't talk to that whole side of the family for other reasons, mostly because they suck, but it's neither here nor there. But there was no, like, bad blood, if that makes sense. We're still fine. Like, we're still a family. And everyone's like, that sounds really bad. I'm just like, she bought me a fucking PS3 like 8 years later, so whenever the fuck the PS3 came out. I'm like, so
Does the rest of your family know about that?
my dad knows, and I remember she went away for a while, and then she came back, and I'm like, I know you. What are you doing here? Oh, this is your house. Yeah, I was like, so where you been? And there was no answer given. They were just like, take it easy. You don't engage. Just take it easy. I'm like, sure, I guess.
And that sometimes is how it goes. Like, if she was still younger, do you know how old she was at the time? Do you mind sharing that?
Like 11?
Yeah, so sometimes, like, they don't fully understand either at that age. Like, they're at that sexual awakening, and so they're kind of exploring. And that doesn't mean that, you know, there's not consequences. And it sounds like there probably were for her. But, you know, like, it's still a traumatic experience, and it still is sexual assault. But it's... Yeah, and again, like, I'm not a therapist. I don't have all the training and experience they do, so that's why I'm like, you should talk to one, because, like, you know, they can help. But yeah, I would agree that it doesn't sound like it was malicious. It was more of someone else exploring their...
Yeah, fuck. What's the pyramid head lady on YouTube? She does conspiracies. Fuck. Damn
There's
it.
a lot of them. I don't know what you're talking about.
Her avatar is the Illuminati symbol in, like, a regular female body. No. Her avatar is the Illuminati symbol, and she's just a human female lady with an Illuminati head triangle. I don't remember what her name is.
I have no...
Hi, future alt here. The YouTuber I was referring to is Illuminati, the triangle pyramid head girl, in her video with Laura Dunham. I'm pretty sure what happened, well, her whole life situation when she was younger is sort of what happened to me, but not exactly, but it kind of fits into that same vein. Didn't do a good job of explaining that during the recording, so I figured I'd add that in post. But yeah, back to the episode. I'm gonna look it up.
Why is she being brought up?
I'm gonna Google that. She was, because she does conspiracies about things and whatnot. And one day she was talking about something. Well, my coworker was listening to it. I don't listen to that shit. No offense. My coworker was listening to it, and I distinctly remember zoning out, zoning back into. So yeah, she was shoving rocks up her sister's vagina, and I was like, I turned off the coder and was like, hey, yo, what the fuck are you listening to? And then my coworker explained, and I'm like, all right, hit play. And then did she explain what the whole situation was? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's like that. What you just said is like that.
Yeah, so she was exploring her sexuality at your expense, which is the issue. So, do you feel, I mean, obviously, there's no way it hasn't, but, like, how do you feel that has affected the rest of your sexual awakening, your horror origin, your sexual life?
Titties are really fucking cool.
Too
much horny is kind of a bad thing.
Too much what is a bad thing?
Too much horny is a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of it. I haven't really thought too deeply about it.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to your more normal sexual awakening. Did you have like one
me
at
and my
the
I was
normal
spending
age?
a night at my cousin. I wish he was my cousin. My friend's house. I just call him my cousin. It was me, him, and some random third person who was knocked the fuck out. He's like, you want to see something cool? And I'm like, I like cool shit. It's 2 a.m. Why not? This nigga walks over to his computer, unlocks it, goes into Google, types in Naruto sex, and pulls up hentai pictures. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? What's going on here? And we just spent like 30 minutes scrolling through early Naruto hentai at like 2:30 in the morning one night. I'm like, I like that. I don't like these characters, but I like what's going on
You
here.
don't like Naruto?
No, not really.
That's like 1/3 the like anime population. You're gonna like get killed.
Man, you don't know. You really just don't know anything about how the anime community works, do you?
Nope.
Damn, that's a feels bad, man.
So your first like experience with porn and all that stuff was actually
Hentai, which makes so much sense when you get to know me.
Also, for the record, like, watching porn with friends is a completely different experience than obviously watching it alone. Like, usually when you have somebody else there and you're just like either watching or looking at shit, it's fucking
We're mostly
hilarious.
shit talking. Yeah, like we're mostly just shit talking.
Yeah.
But like from there it was I wonder if people have done the same thing with Bleach characters, because you know they're not children.
I was gonna say it. They're much more provocative.
Women in Bleach, there are more adults in Bleach. I remember specifically Bleach because Bleach was that cool shit back in the day before it.
The early
it did
2000s.
whatever the fuck it did.
And then you learned about Rule 34.
Nope, I did not learn about Rule 34 until much later.
Then he was like,
Well,
"Oh, that's
about
why this
dojins.
stuff exists."
Yeah. You may not have learned about it, but that's why you were able to find stuff.
He didn't use Rule 34. He used a orange and white website that is gone now.
I'm not talking about the website Rule 34. I'm talking about the actual rule.
Yeah, no, fuck that shit. I learned about dojins first, and that kind of fucked me up. Not gonna lie, because I went to Bleach, started reading Bleach dojins, and I got to one particular series, and I very, very quickly learned I don't like scat. That shit, it's not for me.
Oh, wow. You ran into scat that early on.
Yep, I was like, what's that stuff coming out of? Nope. I'm gonna go click on something else. And yeah, that's how I got started. And oh boy, has it been a ride. I should probably hit up the people that own that website and be like, y'all should give me a membership. I've been using y'all shit for the last 15 years.
See, that's a much more normal origin story.
Real quick question that might be uncomfortable for both of you. It might not be, but it might be. Do you feel that your, like, how much you're into, like, hentai and porn and stuff has affected your actual, not sexuality, but, like, kind of sexual performance at all? Like, do you have a harder time coming or anything like that at this point?
I definitely know there are people who have addictions to porn and it affects that stuff, but not personally.
I would say yes, but like, you can't touch a drawing, so once you get a real person, it's just like, fuck these 2D bullshit.
You'd be
Right.
surprised.
I was like, but yeah, there are people that it's just like they either masturbate so much or like it's kind of that whole escalation thing of like, oh, this got me off, but it's not quite enough. It's got to be more. It's got to be more. It's got to be more. Where all of a sudden, like, actual being with someone is not quite the same. Yeah, and so it's kind of the escalation to the point where even like being there with somebody physically in person is just not enough.
Yeah, no, I like physical touch because I'm sad and lonely, so yeah, no, I need a real person.
I definitely was afraid when I was younger that was going to
Applications
happen.
opening soon.
But I think that was the whole like society being like, if you look at porn, you'll never be the same.
Yeah, argumentatively, you could wind up way better.
It has actually
Just
led to
saying.
a decrease in prostate cancer.
See?
Nice.
Prostate and testicular cancer,
I'm
I
about
think.
to call this nigga and be like, what is that Pyramid Head bitch's name? gonna find it.
Okay, so...
Oh, I have got a quick question before I do my sharing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did you guys get the birds and the bees conversation?
No.
No.
Okay, I didn't either.
My mom was like, "Are you having sex yet?" I'm like, "Nope." She's like, "All right, cool." She asked again a few years later. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fucking my girlfriend's like, using condoms." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want kids. Kids suck." She's like, "Okay."
It's like we all know sex education across the United States is terrible.
Terrible, horrendous.
And in Utah, like, is one of those places where it's...
Do y'all even have it?
Yes, it's in health class, and that means that I didn't actually get it in high school because I had so many music classes that I had a bunch of classes I had to take online, and to be able to graduate, I had a bunch of my friends that all were willing, because I hadn't done the online, so a bunch of my friends, like, grouped up and helped me do these online classes, like, 2 days before graduation, and so like one of them basically did my health class for me, so I never even got the sex education.
Oh, it's this bitch! I found it.
I mean,
that's
in Michigan, that's about
funny.
Even though it's in person, it's definitely.
Hey! Don't say. I never.
I think I said where she's from.
Mind.
If you're willing to search the whole state for me, go ahead.
I'll just cut it. Just please.
Where I'm from, it's definitely very similar. It feels like they just kind of zoom past it all, and they're like, "Yeah, you know what that thing is in between your legs. Now you're good. Also, don't have sex, and if you do, use a condom." And then we move on.
Damn, y'all at least had talks.
Oh, I know that lady.
Oh yeah, she's familiar.
She was talking about how some girl who wanted she assumed. Because some nigga was like, "I don't want to have sex with her." He's like, "Yeah, he's gay." And I'm like, or he just didn't want to have sex with you.
Right.
I don't remember what the episode is, but I'm not. You know who I'm talking about. You understand.
Oh, do you bleep that word?
What?
Do you bleep the word that Minka and I are not allowed to use?
Which one? You're not allowed to use a few words.
The one that applies to just you.
Y'all can't use that word, period.
Right.
Well, that's my point. Right. But he's
asking if you bleep it when you use it.
No, I'm black. I'm allowed to use it.
I was just curious. Like, I was like, yeah, he's black. He can use it. But I don't know if podcasts do. So I was curious.
You don't watch a lot of black people do podcasts.
I do, but my brain was like,
who?
Does he over-censor himself or does he not censor himself?
I was like,
out here watching.
I watch, the only one that uses that word is,
Yes, what I thought.
I don't remember their name now. Snark Tank.
Yes. Oh, okay. That's fair.
Two black guys and a white guy. So the white guy has to sit there and be like, "I do not condone using that word because I am white."
I find that funny because when I'm with my white friends, they're just like, "I can't say that word." And I'm like, "Yeah, you goddamn right you can't. I will fight you. I will run you over with my car."
Yeah, and the black guys are always like, "You're Hispanic, but you look white, so you can't even like kind of act like you can say it."
Well, Hispanic people can't say it either.
It depends.
They're all from California, so it's like...
Never mind.
I guess, you know what, I should say, I take that back. I'm a white person, so I have no right to say who can and can't say that. All I know is I can't say it, I don't want to say it, I'm not going to say it. So I take back what I said.
One word we all can't say here is the C word.
Cunt?
No.
Don't.
Cracker.
That's only on fucking Twitch. No one cares.
I know, it was a joke.
Did they actually ban? They didn't.
Yes.
ban
Yeah,
it,
pretty much.
Yes, they did.
Are you fucking
all
kidding
slurs,
me?
which pretty much just means the N word and the C word.
And I was just like, that's crazy.
They fucking banned cracker.
Yep.
Oh my god.
You could just be having a friendly conversation about saltines and end up getting banned.
I was gonna say, did you just get banned mid-word?
No.
Well,
my school produced a fucking psychopath, and I really get tired of seeing her fucking face.
I thought you were talking about yourself for a minute. I was so confused.
Okay. Puce, your turn. Let's go.
So, my earliest memories.
Titties, though?
What's that, Alt?
Not you. All right, hold up. All right, now talk.
My earliest memories I want to say I was like 10 or 11, maybe 12, in the shower. And it was like, what's happening down there between my legs? And like, it sounds weird, but it only happened when I was like would squat down to get the soap, like off the lower shelves in my shower. And I was like, what's that thing? And then I started touching it, and then I felt really good. I feel like at that age I wasn't actually coming, but it was like close to it. That was
okay. So you had a fairly stereotypical like, hey, I've discovered this part and it feels good when I touch it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And then I discovered porn on the family computer and like had to do that.
Wait,
secretly.
time out. No. You gotta explain that.
Well, I don't remember how it started.
Like, already downloaded, or you
No.
were searching for it?
I was searching for it. I don't remember what I searched for.
You gotta say that. You can't just say discover porn on the family computer. That,
No.
Ooh.
That was me looking for
And your
it.
family big, too?
I don't remember what I was looking for, but I found it.
Well,
I'm pretty sure we have a good idea what you were looking for.
Yeah, but I don't remember like the specific keywords I was using. That's what I mean.
that was probably still there were probably still some more pop-ups than there are these days.
Yeah, probably.
And a lot of those pop-ups had porn.
I want to say
have
one of
to
the
ask a
first
question.
porn websites I landed on was like Scoreland or something like that.
Oh, that's a paid site. Fuck that.
I know. I would like
now.
use the like preview paid images, and that was about it.
Wait, I have a question now.
What's up?
Because we're of similar age. Were you on Tumblr looking at porn at all?
Well, yes, that's like our age's only like outlet.
No, it's not. Okay, first of all, no, it's not.
Kidding.
Is that where you found Cake?
Cake? Oh,
Yeah.
that person. I don't remember.
That's how I found him, and I was like, "Why are they so big? Why is the coloring so good? What's going on
now I'm
here? I'm
confused. Who's Cake?
confused." They call him Cake,
Who's Cake?
nigga. I swear to God, you know who I'm talking about.
I know, but I don't remember at all at the same time.
There's only one artist we both know named Cake.
No. Again, head trauma. Can't remember anything.
Man, if you crack your head open one more time, I swear to God.
Well, I mean, you keep
I'm not gonna
threatening to
fight
do
you.
it, so.
No, beating you up and cracking your head open are not the same thing.
Oh, I thought you were
They
just
can
going
be.
to beat me to
It
unconsciousness.
doesn't have to be though. I can break one of his legs and be like, "There, I beat the fuck out of him."
Fair. I'm sure I do know who you're talking about, but in this
You
very
know
moment, I don't.
Motherfucker, you really gonna make me do this?
Yeah.
This is why I keep Twitter open at all times.
But yeah, Tumblr was probably, especially down the road, one of the sites I used for the most part.
Fair enough.
Because I was like, I don't want to get my
Tumblr.
computer full of viruses again. So,
I mean, Tumblr would be the best way to not go about doing that. So
Right.
yeah, so I didn't want to be suspicious and
Twitter's
load the
broken.
family computer up with, like, viruses from all these weird websites. So
LimeWire
Tumblr was it.
porn.
Did you use DeviantArt at all before Tumblr? Like,
I don't like
God.
DeviantArt. I'm probably in the
It's-
minority. For
There's
this
too
community.
much bad shit on DeviantArt.
well, there is, and
To
it's not
warrant-
as like easy to navigate through like pictures that you want to see as
Oh
like,
yeah, him.
Tumblr is.
Yeah, that's where I found Cake.
On fucking Tumblr. We need to have him on the show at some point. I'd love to talk to that man. Also be like, how do I give you money?
Oh,
I
that's
wanna
the guy
give
who you want to
money.
ask the whatever random question.
What?
Is that the one
You were talking about somebody you wanted to ask a random question that like
a very specific question you didn't ask us?
That- that you're pretty sure like everybody's asked them, but you want them to answer it.
Oh yeah, why the fuck don't you have more merchandise? Dumb bitch.
Yeah, he's been around
let me
forever
give
and
you
has
money.
like next to nothing.
He has he's made a documakra and I was just like, bye.
Who's he? What's it?
Minka, please help.
A simulacra. It's an entity
no,
that exists
no.
inside
Jesus fucking
a
Christ.
digital realm that will haunt you.
We do not discuss NFTs on this podcast, thank you.
What?
You guys are so weird.
Neither of you know what a documakra is.
Nope.
I'm guessing it's some sort of documentary thing.
No, my God.
Wow.
I have
Okay.
so much to teach you.
And we have so much to teach you.
It's so true. My little
You know,
baby alt.
You know the pillows with the people on them?
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Those.
He made one of those?
Yes. Well, he made a sheet. He didn't make that. He made the sheet.
Well, I was
Well,
going
right.
to say,
He
with
could
his
fund-
character, he needs a whole bed.
Right, a lot of those, like, they expect you to buy the pillow. You just buy the cover, the case.
Yes.
Oh, I meant like a whole bed sheet. For his,
I know what you're referring
for
to.
his characters, he
but
probably
no.
needs that.
No.
Shit, that's not what I don't want Firefox. I
Ow.
want Chrome. Shit.
I'll dig out my. I think I know where mine's at. I'll dig it out and take a picture. It's just a regular Dakimakura. I'm just like, oh, it's fair.
So I'm curious. Sounds like Alt was exposed to Dojin and hentai first.
Super early.
I didn't find Dojin or hentai, I want to say till I was 14 or 15 at least, so a few years after I discovered porn.
Mm-hmm.
Minka, you obviously didn't have a awakening until later in life. When did you find porn?
So actually, it was, like I said, like after that kind of moment I had my senior year, it went pretty quickly. And so I actually looked up most of my porn on my PSP.
Hell
Dang.
yeah! Hell yeah!
See, I never
Yep.
was that kid.
Listen, there's a point you're like, I gotta find it somehow. I know it exists somewhere. I just gotta find it. And Sony was like, "We got you. There's a browser in your PSP.
Yeah,
have fun."
Yeah, because it was like I couldn't use the family computer for it because I lived in a 3-bedroom house with 7 people. So, and like,
Jesus Christ.
4
The-
bedrooms with 10 people, 12 people.
yeah, so you get it. Like the bathroom was my, like that's why for me bathrooms are like so important because it's like that was my safe space. That's the sacred space. That's where I can
See,
get
same
away
here.
from everything.
Like that's
yeah.
the only place I could do that stuff, or late at night with my bed.
It's a dakimakura is what you are trying to say.
Dakimakura.
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 That's why I didn't understand what you were talking
Americanized.
Goddamn right. Freedom country.
about. But yeah,
Bald
and so like
eagles and other
I-
guns and freedom of speech.
All right, you take it too far now.
I got the PSP for games and stuff, and then it had the browser, and so I was like, fuck yeah.
Do you remember your first search?
Oh.
2D or 3D, take your pick.
Mine was definitely, I didn't find hentai at the start. Mine was definitely 3D, more like Pornhub type stuff.
Back
And
when Pornhub was good.
And I think it was just pretty basic, like guy and girl fucking type stuff. Like I think I started pretty vanilla on my porn.
I feel like most people did, aside from Alt. Apparently, he started with the Dojins.
Yeah, I am 100% though the odd one out here.
Right, started right into the hentai.
I don't think I started with guy on guy. I think I started with girl on girl, or guy on girl. That's how you started, I should say. Still mostly watch girl on girl.
How does your wife feel about that?
Not bad.
Not the answer I was expecting. Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation. Like
I'd
something
love
there
to have her
evolved
on.
really quickly just recently, so that's a
Okay.
different conversation.
Yeah,
Ayo?
because that kind of plays into the whole like, oh, watching porn is cheating, and it's like, well, no, it depends on your relationship and what boundaries you've set up and what you've like talked about as cheating. Because if you're both fine with each other watching porn, it's not fucking cheating.
So that leads into my new question.
So like,
Minka
Alright.
and I are in relationships, right, Minka?
Yep.
Alt, are you in a
fucking
relationship?
Nigga, you know I swear to God, I will come
I'm
to
double
your house
checking.
and hurt
I
you.
want to double check, making sure you're not lonely alone. But you are, so.
You know I. We literally had a conversation about this on Thursday.
You could have found a girlfriend in those 2 days.
Nigga, who? Don't no one want this? I barely want this.
You're not a half bad looking dude.
You don't know what else. Oh, yeah, you do.
I
We're
was
friends
gonna
on
say-
Facebook. I keep forgetting.
I'd say you and I are like the same score level in a 1 to 10 scale.
I don't know what that means, so thank you for the compliment.
You don't know a
Like
1 to
I
10
think we're
scale?
both a 7. If we got like slightly more in shape, we'd both be
Yeah, okay,
probably an
all right,
8.
You know what? Yeah.
And if we
that's
dressed up
fair.
real good, probably a 9.
Well, I'm currently growing my hair out because I'm gonna get it twisted slightly, like a few YouTubers I watch. Because I'm like, I could pull that
Twisted.
off. Yeah, don't stop. Just, I don't have the mental capacity to
Fucking
explain black
cracker.
people hair to you. I really, you're right. I don't. I'm over here like I can't explain black people hair to him.
Hey, I went to a black barber once.
Oh God.
That was interesting.
Please tell. No, we're gonna pause. Please tell me how that went. I really want to know.
So I think it's called they lined up my hair. Is that what it is?
Okay. Yeah.
And they asked me, and I didn't have a clue what it was. They were like, "Do you want your hair lined up?" And I was like, "Sure." And then they did, and I didn't like it. It was
because
weird.
I've seen your hair, and I'm like, his hair is too long to line up. So
That's
what the
when
fuck are they
like they
talking
cut
about?
the straight line on the forehead, right? Like they
Sure,
trim like
yeah.
the, like,
Technically, yes. Technically, yes.
so like they did
Okay,
that. and
see
it was
like,
weird.
go ahead.
It like I don't know if they did it wrong or it's normal, but it was like they used like a 0 on like the very edge, and like that little bit bothered me until it grew out again.
Fair enough. That's actually really fucking funny. I'm sorry.
They both ladies in the hair salon were very nice though.
That's good. Okay, see that little exchange. That's going to be in the Patreon shit, and the with everything else, that's not going to be there.
That's fine.
Oh,
Do you
that's
go to a
fucking
black
funny, I'm
barber,
sorry.
Alt? Or do you go to like
Yes!
hair salons?
Go to my cousin because I'm like, you charge too fucking much money, but I don't want to. So this is my problem with haircuts. I don't like change very often. So once I have stuck to something and it works, I'm gonna do that until it don't work no more.
But I recently watched like a clip from a podcast of a white guy talking about it, and then the black guy he was talking to was like, "I've been to a white barber. I don't like them."
Well, it really depends because most barber schools don't teach people, or most like hair schools don't teach people how to do black hair.
So I was curious
like,
if you had like a similar experience where you're like, white people don't know how to cut my hair.
They don't. They pull out scissors, and I'm like, I'm going home. Go home.
I made a mistake.
I did
I'm
cut.
leaving.
I have cut a black person's hair before though. That was back when I was in Florida. I
When
used
the fuck were you in Florida?
back in 2013.
I didn't know. Shit, no, I didn't know you. Fuck.
That was before our time, slightly.
No, I don't
Maybe-
think so, because I graduated.
It was within a couple years of us meeting each other.
You
that's
knew
for
me
sure.
in high school, which you poor unfortunate fuck.
But yeah, I used a razor like I used on my head, and it took me like 6 times as long to cut his hair. And then I cut my Mormon roommate's hair, and he like complained and cried at me. Who he was also black, but that I don't like that guy anymore. He's an ass. No offense to
Alright,
Minka, even though you're ex-Mormon.
Oh, trust me,
So,
I know how assholey a lot of Mormons can be.
Well, he was also freshly converted, so there was that.
Gotcha. So it was the whole like, I found this and this is the right thing, and so now I've got to share it and push it on everyone.
Oh God, yes. I made the mistake of going to a Mormon church with him just to see what it was like.
I'm so sorry.
He was like, "You should meet my priest now. He's really cool."
Hey, what? Stop!
Sorry.
Trying to get us back on track.
Oh yeah, Mister.
Yes.
I'm going to talk about people that are texting me and calling me.
Yeah.
But once they responded, I stopped talking. And what about that?
Okay, fine. Back on track. Okay.
So, I started with 3D. Minka started with 3D. You're a weirdo and started with 2D.
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer now that it's been like years since we've all sexually awakened. Do you prefer reading stories, looking at doujin, or like watching 3D stuff?
You go ahead and answer first.
I honestly am a mix. It kind of depends on my mood.
Damn it! Took my answer.
Yeah, like, because sometimes I'll be like one night I'll go and it'll be like, okay, this is turning me on, this works, get off. The next day I go back to that same type of thing and it's like, okay, this is turning me on, but I can tell it's not going to quite get me there tonight. Like, it's not mentally
Jesus
stimulating.
Christ.
And so then I'll
What
switch to
the
another
fuck?
one. Yeah, I mean, I can, like, because here's the thing. When I had the penis, masturbating was utilitarian for me. It was like, I'm horny, I'm going to go into the bathroom, turn on basically any video that like, usually I would do videos, but when I had the penis, and it was just like, I'm going to turn on anything that I know is going to slightly turn me on, boom, hand job, like, 30 seconds to 60 seconds, it's done, go on with my day. And now that I have the vagina, it's like, okay, I've got the magic wand going, and this could take anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour and a half. And so it's just like, sometimes it's just I have one thing that,
Holy
like,
crap.
yeah, so sometimes it's like there's just one thing that I watch or read, and it's like it like mentally it stimulates me enough to the point of just like, fuck yeah, I got this. And then other times it's like I sit there turned on and feeling good the whole time, mind you. But like sometimes it takes me going through like all sorts of things to get there. But like I try to now make it less utilitarian and be like, no, I just want to feel good and have fun. And then like when it comes, it comes.
Both literally and metaphorically.
Exactly.
Haha, funny joke. Jesus fucking Christ, I was not expecting all of that. Oh my god.
You're not like picky on your stuff?
It literally depends on my mood. Like after work, some nights I'm like, nope, going to bed, fuck everyone, I want to sleep. Other nights I'm like, who posted some good shit on Twitter? I'll scroll for maybe 30 minutes and go, all right, I'm going to bed. It won't be necessarily horny, just, well, I mean, guess it would be horny, but there might not even be a wiggle down there.
No
just,
completion stuff.
all right, that was nice, cool, all right, I'm going to bed. That was some good art. And then other nights I'm like, all right, Twitter isn't doing it. Pixis, I could literally go down rabbit holes, which I don't want to do.
Why not?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch 4 15-minute videos and be done. Or I'm gonna read 2 doujins, call it a day.
Yeah.
It truly depends on how I feel.
Like
Because sometimes, oh, go ahead.
sorry, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, I've got tabs to and hentai pulled up. I've got tabs to Pornhub pulled up. I've got tabs to, like, I'll usually, if I find one that I'm like, oh, I really like this, I'll usually leave them open for later and see if I can come back and use that same one. But like, what is it? XNXX, I think.
I don't fuck with those webs. If it's not Pornhub or
And
if it's not like a handful of videos and I'm like, I know I won't get a virus here, sure. Everything else I'm like, you stay the fuck over there.
yeah,
Don't make me come to wherever you own this server and beat you.
I was like, that one has worked well for me, and I think it's Hardcore R is another one that works well, that has some of the more, well, obviously
Hardcore stuff. Yeah.
hardcore stuff.
That's all you gotta say.
Yeah. So I usually will have like a bunch of different tabs of different ones that have worked in the past, and then sometimes I'll either go back to that one or I'll go to it, because most, porn sites now have the like, oh, these are the things in there, the tags in there, so you can click on a tag and then I'll find something else similar.
Oh, the days of
shit
having to
is so
scan through
funny to
everything
me.
on your own because you don't know what's in it.
But that it's really funny to me that that's becoming a more prominent feature now. And then me and my friends that read doujins are like, where the fuck have y'all been?
Yeah, doujins have had
And
tags
we're over here looking at
forever.
Pornhub like, well, no, because we're over here looking at Pornhub like, listen, you nuked over half of your website. Tags should be like the easiest thing for y'all. What are you doing?
Right.
I remember when like the only tags I'd see on a video or something were big boobs, girl on girl, penis, boom, that was it.
Those are still there.
I know, but that was like it. There was no like in-depth tags.
For your regular porn.
That's what I mean.
But...
Like, regular stuff had those, like, very vague tags, and that was it. If you clicked on the video and it happened to have a girl getting fisted, you were surprised.
You're like, oh shit, fisting.
Now it's like fisting, all in like every in-depth tag you can think of.
My brain.
Like I said, back in the day, no tags, no extensive tag.
This podcast has ruined me. Just all the research and this other shit for this podcast has fucking ruined me.
Well, hopefully it ruins a lot more people too.
You gotta clear your search history out.
Oh, listen, I have 2 computers for a reason.
Fuck that, you're an adult.
No, one's a working computer for business stuff, like what we're doing now. The other one's for whatever the fuck I want to do.
Corrupted his work computer.
But the battery is starting to go bad. And I'm like, all right, once I am done, I'm just gonna stop. That sentence didn't make a whole lot of sense to anyone except me, because no one else the fuck I'm talking about. So it's fine. It's fine. There's gonna be a point where I'm just like, fuck this, I'm done, and I'm just chuck the computer and like, all right. How much porn do y'all have downloaded?
None.
I have images saved on my phone, but that's it.
Oh, actually, I lied. I have one story I like specifically I have downloaded.
Ooh, I shouldn't have asked that.
Oh, it's over here with like terabytes of stuff.
God, no. My only terabyte hard drive is sitting in my fucking nightstand because it's going to be used for my real computer when I get that.
I had a coworker who she would talk about her husband, and he had like hard drives upon hard drives downloaded, and I was like, I was like, yeah, I just don't understand. I'm like, first of all, you can find everything online, and second of all, like, unless he's the best organizer in the world, how is he even going to find anything or even remember what he's downloaded?
He's got labels on all of it, each with its own like specific tag dedication.
Myself now.
Yeah.
I have what is it? 32 gigabyte. Hold on. It's
I
right
never
here.
understood the whole downloading it stuff, because like,
I'll download it and not look at it and look at it later.
Yeah, but internet.
Never said I was smart. No, never once said I was smart. Where's the SD card slot? Man, I should know the anatomy of my own computer. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, I should probably turn some lights on since it's fucking.
I know
dark
me
now.
and Alt aren't old enough. Well, I mean, they still exist. But Minka, are you old enough to have had like physical like pornography like magazines?
What are you talking about?
Like
you can
Playboy
buy
and stuff?
Dojins right now.
I know, but I mean like that's where
But
like people before the internet had to get their stuff.
Right, the whole like TV
Playboy
show
magazine.
or movie where it's like, oh, I found the magazines hidden under his mattress.
Yeah, or you
I used to have
find
one
the
of those.
adult channel in the middle of the night with like static.
What are you talking about? Oh wait, that's not. You're talking about basic cable, right? Not anything.
Yeah, not
past
like
basic cable?
pay-per-view or anything.
Yeah. Not
Oh, because my aunt had a Cinemax, and after like
Cinemax and stuff.
1 a.m., be like,
Oh, I
that?
remember discovering that. That was fun.
Skinemax. No, that was still a little bit before me. Because like, well, at least for how I evolved, because it like, again, like I was 18 by the time I discovered it. So by then I already had the technology to be able to like.
Yeah, I knew you were a little bit older than us,
everything.
but I mean, Alt and I are just old enough to remember like tube TVs. So
is that what you call them?
what else do you call them? Box TVs?
They're CRTs.
Yeah, I didn't know what CRT meant until
Cathode ray tube.
until I like graduated high school. I didn't know what CRT meant.
Oh, you don't live where I live. Never mind. You don't.
No, I'm also an idiot.
We are not the same.
Yeah, like my first gaming stuff, I was on the Intellivision and the Commodore 64.
All right, I'm gonna just ask after the podcast. Never mind.
Yeah, don't make me say it.
All right, then type it out. Then you'll feel better. I had something else I was gonna ask.
Oh yeah, you're not that much
that's
older
not too.
than us.
Oh, that ain't shit.
I mean, Alt's a baby, but
That ain't shit.
No, it's not. It's not that bad by any means. And I actually have, like, from my mom, fucking amazing genetics, and like, so my whole family looks like way younger than we really are. Like, my mom's
Are you
like
Asian? The fuck?
No, my mom's like I don't remember her exact age, but she's in her 60s, but you would never ever guess it.
so
Does wanting to fuck your friend's mom count as a sexual awakening too?
yeah, I'd say so.
You can't fuck my mom.
I don't want to fuck your mom. We're acquaintances and business people. We're not quite friends yet.
I like to say you're both my friend, but that's because I don't have friends.
Yeah, you do.
So don't do that. No, don't do that.
Your wife?
Now is not
I
the time
hope
to
your
do
wife
that.
is your friend.
But that's just like totally different level of like friendship. I don't plan on doing what I do with her to you guys.
I'm gonna be quiet. So like,
Dang, I wanted to see what you'd say.
distinctly remember, you know where I was going. I don't remember what your wife looks like, so I'm gonna keep my mouth
Yeah,
shut.
you do.
Um,
Again,
She's on
friends
his
on
Discord
Facebook.
picture right now.
What?
Not that you can really see.
I was gonna say we have different computer setups because Audacity is taking up 50% of my computer screen. I distinctly remember at like middle school age when my friend moved away and then moved back close-ish. We were all just hanging out, and I don't know, someone said it, and then we all agreed. We were like, homie, your mom's kind of hot. I'd fuck your mom if I could. And like everyone in the room went, yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
I've never like, especially
Okay, hold on.
people.
Let me finish.
I didn't get that stuff.
Hold on, let me finish. She had him when she was 16. So by this point she was like maybe 28, maybe 30.
Oh, okay.
So we were all just like, yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Even the girl in the room was like, yes. And we were like, what?
Yeah, we had I don't know about
Sorry,
you
that
guys,
just clicked.
but we had like
What?
younger female teachers that everybody was like had the hots for. I didn't see
Didn't
them. I
have
didn't
that.
see
I
them
had
as hot.
one, and I wanted to punch her more than I wanted to fuck her. So
Like, I thought they were cool, but that was about it. I wasn't like, oh my god, she's so hot, because they were like 40.
yeah, I've never really understood the whole teacher thing.
Okay, I'm gonna admit some things to you guys here. So, like I said, very slippery downhill slope my senior year. So, after I graduated, when I was
You
18,
fucked your teacher, didn't you?
I had a sexual
You
relationship.
ruined the surprise.
I had
No.
a sexual relationship with my female teacher. We never had intercourse, but like I definitely made her come and stuff.
I have a stupid question.
Yeah,
Did you slap her in the face with your dick?
no,
Damn it.
because like my whole life, like
Assert
having
dominance.
but having the dick was not a big thing for me. Like my entire life.
I was gonna
Like,
say we're talking to a girl, so she's just
Yeah.
like, that thing was an attachment.
right? Like now that I have my vagina and stuff, it's like if I had a dick for a day, yeah, I would totally go around and like slap people in the face with a dick. But like.
Typical girl.
But so I was 18 and she was 32, and it was after school, so technically it
That's
was
boring.
yeah, it was legal. But that's the thing, like even with the way you're reacting, like that kind of plays into the whole like
No, I meant no. You said after school, like after the school day ended, or during the school day.
oh no, like after I graduated,
That's okay. That's fine because it's legal. But I'm saying,
right?
Did you do anything at the school?
You show
during
up in the middle
school
of the day and
No,
do intercourse with her at lunch
like,
or something.
We basically like kind of flirted and stuff because I was a big flirt, but not like openly realized we were flirting. And then it was just like once I graduated, that's when it kind of turned into something more. So literally, like when she was my teacher, nothing happened. And so then from there, My first time having sex was with a married woman with 3 kids, who, like, her husband was somebody who was one of the higher ups in, like, my local church area, because there's...
You were just like, F religion, I hate you
You were
all.
like, fuck easy mode. I need nightmare difficulty right now.
Well, and that's the thing, though, is it's just, like, because I was young, and because it was, like, that was when I was kind of led into discovering intercourse. Like, I've talked to a lot of people, and again, I haven't actually had a chance to fully talk this out with a therapist yet, because I've had to switch between a bunch, but we believe that there was still a bit of coercion that happened. Because, like, yes, I was 18, but, like...
You didn't know. You
Still a bit of that power
Yeah.
exploitation.
Yes. So, and then I went from her straight to another married woman with 3 kids who was
Stop
also
doing that.
32.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I said, very slippery slope, went crazy.
Okay, question
just went and
now, 'cause
fucked everybody in
now
town.
You've hurt my soul. What's left of my soul? Were they like the nice mom type, or they were just like, you're just gonna fuck me and then I'm gonna drive you home?
No, it was...
Yeah, were they
it
the
was
cougar
more,
or the, like, here's a cookie and you're just like, oh, you're hot.
No, it was definitely, like, there was no... Sorry, there was no, like, mommy type stuff happening.
Damn, I like cuddling.
So was
It's
it-
nice?
Cougar businesswoman then?
Kind of.
That's also kind of hot. Not gonna lie.
The first one, as far as I know, we didn't get discovered, but then she went on to cheat on her husband with someone else, and then got divorced, and is now married to someone else. The second one, it got discovered while we were together, more or less. They didn't ever have proof, but they got divorced, and then we broke up, and then she moved on to someone else. But, like, that's...
Understandable.
Yeah, but that's the thing too, is it's just like, I have no recollection of my first time having intercourse. I'm pretty sure I know where it was, but, like...
I know where mine was.
I don't remember it at all. I can tell you exactly where my first kiss was. Like, the time, what was
Me
going
as well.
on.
Not
like,
the time, but me as well.
yeah, but my first time having intercourse, I have no recollection of, which is, again, why, like, we kind of think that there was probably a bit of coercion that went on, because that trauma could have been what hit it. And
Yeah.
I also think it partially could be because I was using my dick to have sex, and that's not actually who I was, so my brain's like, yeah, this doesn't matter. This isn't important to us.
It's just
Also
a
valid.
fleshy strap-on.
Right? Like,
Alright.
it feels good,
So
and that's it.
Puce, what about you? Where's the first time you had sex at? Pal?
I was a virgin up until like 3 years ago, so my wife
Okay.
was actually my first.
First and only?
Yep.
Okay.
Shit, I can tell in your voice you're not joking.
Yeah, I'm serious. Like,
Yes.
the
that works
closest
for some
I'd
people.
come before that was actually, like, I'm an awkward idiot, so I haven't had that many serious relationships, was my ex from Disney, and we, like,
What?
dry humped in
Wait,
bed,
what?
but that was about it.
Time out. What? Your ex from where?
Disney.
Define, like, the theme park?
She was an animated
I worked
cartoon.
at Disney World when I lived in Florida.
Just the theme park, not the production.
Yeah, Disney World, the theme, the park.
That's still really cool, but boo.
Was it cool? I've heard most people that worked
no,
the
it's
theme parks
torture.
hate it.
It was both. Like, it's definitely above Walmart tier in job quality, but also same quality at the same time. I think it was awesome to work there,
Interesting.
but also, as I've learned in the years since, it's gotten worse, so.
Oh no, I 100% was like, listen, you gonna treat me better? I will burn down this entire theme park.
I mean, I wasn't
The
like
whole thing.
I wasn't friends with a character, aka dressed as a character. So my life
Oh,
didn't
That's
suck.
fine, but still.
I heard those people's lives suck, but
Oh no, it is horrendous.
Well, at least we do seem to be at a place in American history where people are realizing, like, hey, no, I'm worth more than this, and, like,
I'm a human. I have rights.
Yeah, and whether that actually turns into anything or not, because corporations run America, we'll see. But
In the world, but that's different.
yeah. But okay, that's cool. I give you props for that, because like, you know, like, it doesn't happen honestly all too often, but like, if it works for you two and like you're happy and you are enjoying the sex, it's not one of those things where like you guys feel like, oh well, do I think this is great sex because I've never had better, but you actually are enjoying it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, she had experience before me, but
Okay.
I don't care.
But for you, you're like, no, I'm getting everything I need out of it.
Yep.
Awesome.
That should speak to his performance. So yeah, proud of you, bud.
I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. That was a weird comment.
That was a good thing. That was a good thing. I'm not an asshole all the time. It's too much effort.
Alt, do you think you'll ever get to that point with your hand?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Too many other things to do.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Again, once March comes out, podcast might be slow because there are 8 games coming out in March, and I'm like, I'm buying all these.
Wait, Minka, did
these
you say
all getting played?
Did you like say intimate with his hand to the level my wife and I are, or did you? I don't think I heard that right at all.
No, you heard it right.
Okay,
You heard it right.
okay. I was like, dang, that was like a very subtle burn.
But
Yeah,
he played it, and I love it.
Also, y'all still aren't good at this because neither one of y'all have asked me. So, you know, we got to get y'all listening to more podcasts to get y'all more experience.
We're still talking to Pews about it. Okay. Alt,
I was gonna say,
when
no,
was
we're
your
not. We
first
just
time
finished
having
that.
sex? When was your first time having sex? Alt, when was your first time having sex? There, I asked
Junior
3
year,
times.
my cousin's couch. We were like,
I thought you were going to say my cousin for a minute. I was like, oh boy.
Wait, hold up.
Yes.
No, go ahead.
Junior year, my cousin's couch. My ex-girlfriend now, but becoming my girlfriend at the time.
Okay. Sorry, Pews. I thought it might still be going there. But okay. So your current girlfriend at the time on your cousin's couch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do I have the date?
He's got it like written in his calendar.
He's got it tattooed on his arm.
No, his forehead.
The Xbox One had not come out yet.
That's such a weird like event to like associate it with.
Okay, so
When you're a gamer, it makes sense.
Well, no, because how my cousin's desk is set up, I know where everything is because I helped him set up the desk. Like, because when we take stuff off, we go, okay, we're gonna replace this with this, so the desk still looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was before the Xbox One came out because both the red and the silver 360s were where the Xbox One was, if that makes sense.
So the 360 came out in about 2005, I believe.
No, the Xbox One X, the Xbox One,
right.
the one that they failed to launch properly.
Right, but the 360 came out in about 2005.
I thought the
and
360
most
came out in like
consoles-
2000.
I'll fact check. Just keep talking.
So, and most of the consoles had about a 5-year lifespan, so you're probably looking about 2010, I think.
The fuck are you talking
20
about? I was a
2011?
junior in high school. It was 2013.
It did come out in 2005. Wow.
Haha.
I was thinking
are you
OG
talking about?
Xbox, apparently.
Yeah, no, OG Xbox came out before that for sure. Because I had all sorts of Halo LAN parties in junior high.
When did the Xbox One come out? Oh God! Oh! Don't tell me. Don't. Why can't Microsoft name their shit properly? I'm getting all of them. I'm just like, no, just the Xbox.
Just Xbox One, not the Xbox One X, not the Xbox One Series
Xbox
X.
One. Oh no, I have to type in Xbox One original. That Jesus fucking Christ.
2001.
Microsoft. When GameStop has a better naming convention.
How
yeah,
hard
okay,
was that
it
to
was
Google? I just typed in Xbox release date.
Oh well,
no,
I
you're
typed in
talking the
Xbox
original.
One.
Yeah.
No, I'm also
I'm
talking
talking
the
about the
original
Xbox One, which was announced in May.
Oh.
So yeah, sometime between May and November
Of what year?
2013.
2013. Okay, so that one lasted a bit longer than the others, about 8 years.
So we
Okay.
were all legal when we had sex.
Yes.
No, I was 17.
Oh, okay.
Oh
so
yeah,
were
you
just
said
under.
graduated.
Wait.
Yeah. Was your girlfriend 17?
Fuck, how old is she? I don't fucking remember.
Was she in your same grade?
Yes.
So within a
Okay.
year.
Yes, she was actually. Yeah.
So she was probably 17 or 18.
Yeah, no, we were both 17. That's right. Because my senior year, how
junior, so
do
she was
I
16
want
or
to
17.
phrase this?
Were you getting laid
I
constantly?
was given an opportunity, and I had to decline because it was like, listen, I am a senior. You are a freshman.
Whew.
I'm not going to jail over you. You're real cute. You're cool, but I'm not going to jail over you.
Understandable. I would also
Good call.
turn that down.
Yeah, that's a good call.
So do we want to delve into the more like hardcore awakenings?
No.
I was like, at this point, we're already an hour and a half. I mean,
Well,
it's
I
going
was
to
gonna say,
cut down, but...
It is going to get cut down, but yeah, no, we're done. We all had a basic and moderate explanation of.
I kind of want to
0
dive in further. Especially
I
Minka's
would
second
like-
puberty.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't mind explaining the second puberty a little bit. Because
fine.
that was an important one. And
I
I
feel
mean,
like
this
it
is stuff
definitely
that,
is.
like, we could have a whole other episode, probably multiple episodes on, like, oh, where did you ever find out where this fetish started? Like, we could do that on a separate one. But, so, really quick, I'll just kind of Reader's Digest. Oh my God, you guys are not going to know what that means.
I do know what that
Who's
means.
he?
I'm
What's
surprised
it?
you
I didn't
brought
hear the
that
word.
up.
Oh, Reader's Digest version.
Oh, barely know what that means.
Yeah, I was like, my mom had got the Reader's Digest going growing up, and so that was the thing. It just means the short version, basically.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Date myself. But yeah, so I, like, at this point had been on hormones. I don't remember exactly how many years I'd been on the hormones at this point, but, like, I was kind of having this inner struggle because it was just like, okay, well, I am a woman, and I know that now, and my issue now is that, like, I want to be objectified. I want to be sexualized. I want to be, like, all of these things that women are currently fighting against.
I'm not
in
sure why, but
society.
that sounds so strange to be like, that's what I want to identify as. But it makes sense at the same time.
Yes and no.
I was like, if it's
'Cause
not your thing, then yeah, it's not. It's going to sound strange to you.
I was thinking just more on like a societal level of being like, I want to be objectified like a woman.
Well, can I ask a question then?
Yeah.
Is it more of the fact you wanted to be wanted or something else?
No, it was just that's where my sexual interests were. Because, like, when it comes to work, like, I help run a company. Like, I've always been that kind of person who it's like, in the non-sexual life, like, if somebody needs to lead, I will step up. Like, I am that kind of person, that kind of stereotypical, like, oh, you would assume that they're dominant because of, like, how they are in their business life and work life, because they get shit done and, like, they make things happen and people follow them. But in reality, it's like all of a sudden when it comes to their sexual life, they're like, no, I want someone else to have all the power. I don't want that control here.
Okay, pause.
Yeah.
I feel like that. I've seen that a lot. I've seen that a decent amount in, like, real life, and it's all over the place.
It's a
in,
really common thing.
Pictures in Dojin. And, like, as a person who has been in charge, listen, once I have clocked out, I'm fucking done. I'm tired. I'm not doing this shit no more.
Right.
So I get it.
It's an
I
extremely common thing,
understand.
so it makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, there are people who are that way in their business life and work life and personal life who are still dominant, but, like, there are a lot of people that are the way I am. Like, you know, you guys have said, you've seen it everywhere. I feel weird about this. I feel like I'm not allowed to do this because, like, it's against what women are fighting for. And then I met with this Dom who was, like, a friend of a friend, And like, he's an asshole, mind you. Like, I don't interact with him at all anymore.
So
He's
that kind of dom.
huge narcissist. Yeah, like the kind that like, I have more power than any other dom in the world. No one could ever dominate me, because like, if they had more power, yeah, if they had more power, they could. But no dom has more power than me. Blah blah blah. But I will give him credit that he helped me with this. And the big thing that like really turned that around for me is he explained to me like the difference is consent. Like the fact that I am consenting to allow people to humiliate me, to objectify me, to sexualize me. Whereas, you know, the whole societal thing is there's not that consent. It's just people just do it. And so that was like the huge sexual awakening for me. And that's when I really started to, because I had gone to some kink community stuff before then, but had never really committed. And that was the moment where I like really started to delve in and was finally confident enough to explore the more kink stuff more publicly and with other people. So that was kind of my second big awakening that led to me going to parties, me feeling less guilty about the things I was feeling, and really just opening up. So I do appreciate him for helping me with that. I just wish he wasn't such an asshole.
So I've got a question then.
Do in fact be like that?
So
yeah,
you're straight.
Unfortunately,
I'm straight. Minka, you're bisexual or pansexual?
Yeah, I'm pansexual. With like, again, labels don't always fit, but like the closest labels would be pansexual, homo-romantic. So like, I'll have sex and do stuff with pretty much anyone, but when it comes to actually like having a relationship,
the real
I'm pretty
intimacy.
I'm pretty much going to stick to women.
So you talked about your like attraction to like women and your first time with women.
Mm-hmm.
What was like your first time with men? Both, if you had it as a guy and as a girl.
Never had it as a guy. And as a girl, like I was on the hormones and everything, and I got on OkCupid. So I got on a dating app.
Oof.
Yeah. And like, I was very open that I was trans on there and stuff. I was doing the LGBT stuff, and ended up, I think I only went out with one guy there. So there was one guy, and like we met up, and I ended up giving him a blowjob. So that was my first time giving a blowjob, and like he actually like knew it was my first time. Like, I was very open about it. Like, I'm very open about everything, as you guys know, and so like he gave me pointers and stuff, and it was like, you know, a blowjob in a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. So that was my first blowjob.
Please tell me there was coffee involved before or after.
I believe we did go in and get coffee before, yeah.
I do enjoy a nice cup of Dunkin'
So it was a
coffee.
very warm blowjob.
Yeah.
Now I have a secondary question.
Uh-huh.
Fuck, wait, what was? Were you like, huh? This is more work than I thought it was.
I feel like by that point I knew that, like, because I had blowjobs given to me, and because that's the thing, is like, because I grew up with a penis, I have a bit of that knowledge and experience that a lot of women don't. And so like, when I had the penis and was in some of those relationships, blowjobs never really worked for me. They never got me off. So I kind of went in knowing that, like, and with some of the things I had learned and like porn and stuff, I knew that like a lot of blowjobs don't get people off.
I was going to say, they're not as
really
arousing as they make it look in porn.
Yeah, like, some people are really into it and it works for some people, but most guys are not going to necessarily get off by it. Like, it's kind of a...
definitely gets me close, that's for sure.
Nice.
I was not listening. I zoned way the fuck out. I'm sorry.
We were talking about how, like, close to climax a blowjob gets you.
I mean, if it's performed right, they should make the climax.
It depends on the person. Some people just... a blowjob is not what's going to get them off. But yeah, so I believe I did get him off. I honestly actually don't remember now.
Let's not and say you did.
Okay. And then I ended up dating this other person who was identifying as male at the point, and like through our whole relationship they identified as male, and like he actually collared me. I was his pet. And so that relationship actually lasted quite a while. I mean, quite a while, like half a year or something, I think, which at that point was one of my longer relationships. And after we ended it a little while later, they came out as trans. And so technically I still hadn't really been in a relationship with a man at that point.
That's the one that gets like super fuzzy.
Yeah. Because again, like it's kind of like me. Like I thought I was male growing up, but actually wasn't. And so it was kind of the same thing there. It's like where we both thought I was dating a male, but I actually wasn't. And they just hadn't had their awakening yet. But then there was another point later on where I started seeing this other guy who's still a friend, and like he's one of my really good friends. And so like had a small relationship with him and kind of was seeing where it was going. And then I had another gal that actually like we started dating at the same time, and I was like clear with both of them that I was poly and everything.
I was gonna say, are you poly or monogamous?
I'm poly.
I feel like you should know that from 2 weeks ago.
My brain doesn't remember anything.
Start taking notes.
Too much work.
Yeah, and so basically like I ended up getting closer with her, and so like the relationship built with her, and he kind of was like, I'm fine with poly, but like I would want to be the primary. And I was like, well, she's kind of the one that's more headed that way, and so we kind of ended the dating and stuff, but like we had been sexual a couple times. And then there was one couple that like I had relationships with both of them. And that was the time that apparently I found out that I'm pretty good at oral, because both he and she had told me that I had given them the best oral they'd ever had, which was kind of awkward because they were in a relationship and I was kind of the outside factor. And it's like, well, you both have now just told me that, which means you're not giving each other the best oral you've ever had. But
you don't have to be the best. You just have to be good.
It's true. And like the whole thing too is like, I'm not cocky about it because I know everybody likes something different. So just because I may have been the best for them does not mean I'm going to be the best at giving oral to anybody else. But apparently I at least am somewhat decent at giving oral to men and women, which is, I'll take pride.
I was going to say, that's definitely two different skills.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that second sexual awakening was when I really like, because after that point, once I started using HRT, hormone replacement therapy, like I didn't use my penis for sex anymore at that point. I was like, this is not the part I'm supposed to have. Like, so basically everything was either anal or oral or tits or whatever, but my penis was never really involved. So like I gave blowjobs. I had a couple guys that fucked me in the ass. But that was it. And now that I have the vagina, because it's been during the pandemic, I have not fucked anyone with my vagina yet. But I also, as weird as it is for somebody like me who's like super kinky and shit, I actually really want to be like super cheesy high school like romantic with it, and kind of be that like, oh well, like I want to give my virginity to someone special, and so like kind of have this whole thing of where I date somebody and we go on like cheesy dates and all of this stuff.
That was going to be my next question.
All right, yeah, fucking weeb.
Because like,
yeah, well, I didn't get those experiences in high school. You know, like I didn't get to go to prom and. Well, I went to prom, but not like I didn't get to wear the dresses I wanted to wear to prom. So it's like I want to kind of be able to relive some of those experiences I didn't get because I didn't have an opportunity to find out who I was and didn't have the body I was supposed to have at that point.
That was going to be my next question because, like, obviously you've had both parts and obviously had all the holes that everybody's got.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a preference? Like, do you treat your vagina as, like, the main thing now, or is it secondary to anal or oral?
Well, again, like, I've only had my vagina for about a year and 2 months, so it's all been pandemic. And my relationship that I have, like, I have two relationships right now, but the main one that I have with who I live with, like, ours is not a, like, physically sexual relationship. It is a 24/7 dynamic. She's my queen and I'm her pig slave. And
Careful, we've got virgin ears here. Alt.
so, there's, like, it's like a service thing, and, like, when we do play, like, we're doing things like playing with needles or doing different scenes, but it's not necessarily like a fucking or anything like that. So I haven't actually...
So fascinating.
Yeah, I haven't actually, like, fucked anybody in the past, like, 2 years. And
so not even strap on. Man, that's...
Yeah.
My brain has a hard time wrapping around that, but I get it.
I mean, why? Just preferring kinks over actual sex for the time being.
Well, and that is kind of the weird thing, is, like, I don't know if it's because I had the penis, but, like, actual intercourse has never been, like, a huge thing for me. It's not like oh my God, we're going to have sex, we're going to have, like, intercourse. It's just like, no, I'm about that connection, about that shared energy.
I'm sorry, my brain was just like, so she doesn't want to get her back blown out yet. Waiting. Got you.
We'll wait for that third awakening.
Well, don't get me wrong. Like, if I had an opportunity to be, like, in the middle of a gangbang and just have, like, a line of, like, 100 guys just fucking come in every one of my holes over and over, like, be there in an instant.
Man, you should move to Japan and apply for a JV actress. Oh my God. I
mean, thanks to the internet, she could do that from anywhere.
It's true. I do have an OnlyFans set up. Just haven't used it yet because I'm still working on my body confidence, because the hormones unfortunately made me gain some weight. So I've been working out and stuff. But
I mean, some niggas like that.
It's
some
true.
People like that extra little cushion.
Yeah, people are into everything. I was like, but I had a plan for my OnlyFans. So my OnlyFans is, like, onlyfans.com/buildabimbo. And so it was going to be kind of like people who donate money kind of get to help me decide on, like...
Oh, that's such a good idea.
If
gonna have to cut that. That's such a good idea.
I mean, she's definitely not the only one who's ever had that idea, but it's a good idea.
But I got the name on OnlyFans.
Right, yeah, I was going to say, that's big, like, copyright, like, haha, this is my title.
No, it's not copyright.
Whatever.
Right, I was surprised it wasn't already taken, but yeah, I think it would be fun to be like, hey, kind of help shape me into who you all want to see. Like, should I get the lips? Should I get the boobs? Should I get,
Oh, like that Stephanie girl.
Stephanie Michelle.
Bro, bro.
Not gonna lie, I did donate.
Fucking donate some of my cum into her fucking body.
Dude, she's
man,
like,
I've actually
had,
I had to set up, and then my brain was like, stop, shut the fuck up. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
I've actually had little comment threads with her. She is so down to earth and, like, calm and relaxed. The fact she has that, like, switch, she can turn it on and off. I'm like, dang, that's pretty cool.
She just needs to get tanned.
No.
Yes.
That's what I would love, though, is, well, and that's the thing, like, she can probably turn it on and off because, like, it's a headspace.
Yeah.
Just like pet play, just like subspace, like it's just a different headspace.
Like, on her TikTok, she just posted a behind the scenes thing, and I'm like, this is, like, so, like, CEO, like, thought process, but then you watch her content and you're like, these are not the same people.
Man, that almost convinced me to get TikTok, but I'm just like, no, TikTok is the devil.
Yeah, no, I would definitely love to get into porn. Like, I have...
Maybe we should ask her to be on the show.
Nothing against it. Oh, that would be fun.
I think she'd be open to it one day.
Do you know who else I think would be great to get on the show? I doubt we would, because she's more big in, like, the main porn stream stuff, but Natalie Mars.
No idea who that is.
Nope. No idea.
She's kind of like the top trans porn actress right now.
I'd be cool with that. I like
Yeah,
the
maybe
idea
if
of
our-
having conversations with like all sorts of people through those walks of life.
Yeah, it was like if our podcast gets big enough, and we have a name and we
gonna
ask
say,
people and they
that
can look it up and be like, oh,
I was gonna say that sounds expensive.
maybe, you never know.
It's not
Like I like the
no,
idea of us
if I
one
have
day
a good
hosting
idea.
different people, like part-time bimbos like Stephanie, or full-time bimbos, or trans
We'll get Ron Jeremy on here.
actresses.
I will stab him in the throat.
What?
Ron Jeremy.
I don't know who that is.
Oh,
You sure I'm the baby here? You positive?
Dude, I don't explore anything.
Ron Jeremy was like the biggest male name in porn.
That's probably why.
Don't just let it go. It's fine.
Okay. But yeah, I think obviously there's a lot more detail that I could go into with kind of where I've come from then, and I think it's the same for you guys. Like there's a lot more stuff that we could talk about, but that is kind of the shortened version of that second awakening.
This was a fun conversation.
All right. Well, I'd say that's pretty much gonna be it for episode 1. So thank you all for joining us. Special thanks to all those who have helped us along the way. Our new
Except no, you can't say that. It's episode 1. You can't say that yet.
If you're able to support us, please do. We have a Patreon link in the description.
Thank you to all of you for listening. Thanks for coming to the Lusty Lounge. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.